Welcome back, student. So you have been enjoying the labs. We did a lab one where we evaluated a data set to see whether there is a biasness is there in the data set, and then we also did in the uh, different way of bias detection from the data set in the model, and then we also went through the bias mitigation technique in the lab too, like when the data set is already biased, how to use the different kind of technique. One technique we saw reweighting and do the bias mitigation. Then we saw that during the training time, how we can correct the biasness a bit using the exponential gradient approach. And then once the training is done, how to do the mitigation in the bias by applying the optimizer threshold functions from. And then we saw that fair 360 AI for fair 360, the fair learn toolkit using the Microsoft also can be used to detect the bias or mitigate the bias. And then, or we also saw that by doing manually also you can implement the biasness metric as well. It is not that it is very difficult to do it, but then the tools are already there. Now, in this lecture, we will go through a case study. We will take an example data and we a bit complex data, and then we see that uh, and we evaluate different way that how and it is a case study problem. So similarly you can use your own data set, and if you need a data set to explore yourself, then do let me know. I can provide a link to the data set. So let's begin. So we saw lab 1 and lab 2, and then now this is a lab 3, which is a case study for a particular data set. And let's go to this the so this is a case 3. The base case study data, the collab is there, where we are installing this again, the Fairlearn library F360, and then we are importing the standard Python libraries called pandas, numpy, cborn, and then matplotlib, and then we are also importing the machine learning library scikit-learn. And then we are also preparing for metric generation, reduction of the biasness, and then post-processing metric law called threshold optimizer. So we will evaluate the bias detection and also do the in processing, the exponential gradient approach, and then the threshold optimizer approach. And then dataset we are importing this time is called COMPAS dataset. Now, what is this dataset? So this dataset is basically a dataset of the prison people, where the how many people have been in prison from this North Point developed by this North Point Inc. This is a risk assessment uh, tool developed by this company COMPAS, by this North Point company, and then it calculates scores. It scores based on the criminal history of the people, jailed or not jailed, and how much prison time, demographic, white or black, and then it gives the risk score as per this particular COMPAS metric. Now we are using this to case study that how much this AI based technique has the biasness and towards different race people and different conditions. So we will see the in this particular data set we will again preparing this data set, COMPAS data set. Um, and then in this data set, the name, people, and then the age of when they were born. And these are quite old data set. These people are not there. That's why it has been released. The greater than 45, less than 45. So this is 34 within 25 and 45 age category. This person was 69, more than 45 age category. And these are criminal record and people present and in custody or not in custody, out custody. So this data set is about that. Then we are preprocessing based on race, sex, age, prior count, and 2 years receipt criteria. and then encoding based on categorical because we are doing the classification, uh, and then defining the target feature, age and previous count, whether been charged, not charged, gender. So then we are installing this required library panda, numpy, seaborn, matplotlib, and scikit-learn, and then we are trying to get to see the evaluating the this logistic regression we are going to do before doing anything, baseline model you can see, and then do the prediction, and after we see that what is the fairness metric there, and we will see the demographic parity difference and equalizer difference as a biasness metric, and then visualize it, and then apply the during the training time approach called exponential gradient to mitigate some of the biases, and then again regenerate the fairness metric for the selection rate, and we will again do the post processing approach, means the model is trained and we apply the threshold optimizer technique to reduce the biasness after the training has been done, and then we see the metric again, and what we see that the baseline metric by race age, accuracy is 68 for different race cut given in those data set 0 1 2 3 4 5. Accuracy was 68 to maximum 81% in that, and selection rate also has a quite variation from 0.46 to 0.09, which is quite a big variation. False negative rate also from 0.36 to even 0. Then we saw that demographic parity difference is 40% and equalizer odd difference is 0.63. So in terms of plot, we will see across different race, you can see the accuracy has the variation, and also which depending on the race selection rate to a precision for a certain charges is also higher for certain classes, certain race compared to certain classes. So biasness is there, and the false negative rate, see for one class, 100% correct is been done, but other it is getting even 60% errors are there, false negative rate is there. Someone to be charged but not been charged, they are getting released just because their race is different, and while someone is not getting. So this shows that the biasness is there in this particular data set and this COMPAS scoring technique. And after applying this in processing approach during the training time, we are trying to reduce the selection rate, and you can see the accuracy also going down. For one case, 100% accuracy; for others, only 46% accuracy. And but the selection rate disparity, we are trying to reduce it. Then, when we apply the optimizer threshold optimization technique, so to after the training is done, post processing technique, so then we see the accuracy also has a variation, but selection rate we are trying to minimize it. Earlier, the big difference was there. So this way, we saw that in this case study, different way the approaches can be applied, bias detection can be done, and mitigation can be done, and then technique. We go through another example data set also, and this data set is we will be doing a bigger evaluation, scikit-learn, same approach, and then we are generating the disparity index, balance accuracy, and then again preparing a regression model and training them and testing the regression model, then finding out different kind of cutoff, and then calculating the accuracy for each threshold value, then calculating fairness for each threshold value, finding threshold for best accuracy for then calculating accuracy fairness at that particular threshold we choose, and then putting the output metric, and then we are plotting accuracy versus fairness index. So the very big study we are doing between the threshold and accuracy, and then the population iteration has been done. The you see that this is a job data set. who is going to get a job or not. And there is a disparities there in this biasness is there. And then we see that the someone getting a job or not job based on the male and female, you can see the disparities there among the male and female. So females are been more penalized to not getting a job in this particular based on this data set by the model. So and also based on the age also found a job, as you can see that age is a big factor. Someone the people are not hiring, uh, while if age is and also the between the male and female the disparities there. And then found a job age wise also we see the 0 and 1 found or not found, the age criteria is there. And then class set ABC for different kind of classes. So the differences are there. And uh, this way the proportion of total who found a job and not a job, male and female, you can see the female are not getting that many job because are the way the selection are happening that has the biasness, and that is also transmitting to the model as well. And then after applying the approach, we will see that the best balanced accuracy is going to be 0.75. Threshold we found out is balance accuracy 0.099 to apply. And disparity index and inverse disparity index we are calculating. So this way we found that this is the best threshold to cut off where we will get the balance accuracy versus the metric biasness better fairness metric. And we applying the reweighting approach here. uh, Here reweighting approach in the model data set itself, and then trying to see how the thresholding helps. So the after reweighting we see the disparate the things are getting better. Earlier it was quite uh, exponentially rising, but now it is getting balanced here and tapping down. Then the threshold to best balance accuracy in this case after reweighting we found that 0.89, and then the best balance accuracy is 74%, and uh, disparity index is has been reduced. So this was the way to evaluate. And this when you are doing the your own data set evaluation and applying this, uh, preparing your company software for you act compliance based on the risk category of your software, AI based software or AI based product or AI based tools. So these are the different thing the AI compliance team had to do in your company. And also most of the time the developers are the one who is going to help the compliance team to they give this kind of metric and other thing. There are a lot more to do, and I hope you will try more. And with this, I think you are better prepared to handle the UI Act compliance. And I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, do let me know, and please do likes and comment and subscribe, and do share with people if you think that they will be benefited by this course. And then and see you again with the next lecture. Bye bye.